Square root of 8 plus square root of 12 plus square root of 16 plus square root of 24 upon square root of 2 plus square root of 6 plus square root of 16. We have to simplify it. Let's try. So square root of 8, we can write it as 4 times 2 under square root, then plus square root of 12 as 6 times 2 under square root, plus square root of 16 as 4 times 4 under square root, plus square root of 24 as 6 times 4 under square root upon square root of 2 plus square root of 6 plus square root of 16 as 4 times 4 under square root. Now when a times b is under square root, we can write it as square root of a times square root of b. So here we can write square root of 4 times square root of 2 plus square root of 6 times square root of 2 plus square root of 4 times square root of 4, or we can write it as 2 times 2 plus square root of 6 times square root of 4 upon square root of 2 plus square root of 6 plus, here again we can write square root of 4 times square root of 4. Square root of 4 is 2, so we can write here 2. 10 times 2. Here also we can write square root of 4 as 2 and this square root of 4 also as 2. Now we can write 2 times square root of 2 plus 2 times 2 together and not changing the question, just rearranging it, then plus square root of 6 times square root of 2 plus 2 times square root of 6 upon, here also we can write square root of 2 plus square root of 6 plus 2 times 2 is 4 and 2 plus 2 is also 4. So we can write 2 times 2 as 2 plus 2. Now here we can take 2 common and write square root of 2 plus 2 in the parenthesis plus here again square root of 6 common and write square root of 2 plus 2 in the parenthesis. Then upon, we can write square root of 2 plus 2 together and then plus square root of 6 plus 2 together. Now this square root of 2 plus 2 is the common factor here. So we can write square root of 2 plus 2 and then remaining factors are 2 plus square root of 6. Since both are positive, we can also write it as square root of 6 plus 2 upon square root of 2 plus 2, then plus square root of 6 plus 2. Now let's consider square root of 2 plus 2 equals a and square root of 6 plus 2 equals b. Then we can write it as a times b upon a plus b. Let this be equal to x. Or we can write 1 upon x equals to a plus b upon ab. Or we can write it as a upon ab is the common denominator. So we can write it as a upon ab plus b upon ab. Or this is equal to 1 upon b plus 1 upon a. So 1 upon b is equal to square root of 6 plus square root of 2. So square root of 6 plus square root of 2. Then plus 1 upon a is square root of 2 plus 2. Or 1 upon x equals to, let's rationalize the denominator. So we multiply and divide by the conjugate of square root of 6 plus 2 here. So it is square root of 6 minus 2 upon square root of 6 minus 2 plus 1 upon square root of 2 plus 2 times square root of 2 minus 2 upon square root of 2 minus 2, or 1 upon x equals to square root of 6 minus 2 upon, now this is in the form of a plus b times a minus b, differences of square, so we can write a square minus b square. So this will be square root of 6 square minus 2 square plus square root of 2 minus 2 upon square root of 2 square minus 2 square, or 1 upon x equals to square root of 6 minus 2 upon, remove the square root with this square, so 6 minus 2 square is 4 plus square root of 2 minus 2 upon, remove the square root with this square, 2 minus 2 square is 4, or 1 upon x equals to square root of 6 minus 2, 6 minus 4 is 2 plus square root of 2 minus 2 upon 2 minus 4 is negative 2. If we multiply both numerator and denominator by minus 1, then what will have? 1 upon x equals to square root of 6 minus 2 upon 2 plus minus minus plus, so 2 minus square root of 2 upon minus minus plus 2. Now 2 is the common denominator, so 1 upon x equals to denominator 2 square root of 6 minus 2 plus 2 minus square root of 2, minus 2 plus 2 gets cancelled. 1 upon x equals to square root of 6 minus square root of 2 upon 2, or x equals to 2 upon square root of 6 minus square root of 2. Again, let's rationalize the denominator. So we multiply and divide by square root of 6 plus square root of 2, the conjugate of square root of 6 minus 2. So it is 2 times square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon square root of 6 square minus square root of 2 square, or 2 times square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon, remove the square root with this square, so 6 minus 2, or square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon 6 minus 2, 2 times square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon 4. 2 times 2 is 4. Therefore, it is equal to square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon 2. So this is our final answer. So what we have done, we just simplified the radicals by using some algebra and rationalization. So this will be equal to square root of 6 plus square root of 2 upon 2. How did you solve it? Let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching.